It's time for another episode of the Joshcast. Today's theme was composed by my intestinal tract, and I actually have them as a guest. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my intestines. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having us. And so, tell me, how are things going? Oh, I think we both know. how things are going. Not too bad. We're hanging in there. We're a little, there's a little bit of tension, but overall, could be worse, right? Could totally be worse. Yeah. Listen, I was wondering if maybe, since it's a Sunday and it's kind of an easy, relaxed day, perhaps you could relax a little bit. What are you talking about? I'm totally relaxed. 100% relaxed right now. 100%. So I feel like whenever you get irritated, you're trying to tell me something. And, many times it's because I've eaten something I shouldn't have eaten. Yeah, that's every day, Josh. Every day. You just haven't gotten the memo yet that we're not, we're not Vin Diesel's intestines. Okay? Well, we don't know that Vin Diesel might have irritable bowel syndrome. We don't know. I don't think he does. That's not how he carries himself. He doesn't have the look. You're saying that people with IBS have a look. Oh, yeah, you've got it. Really? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you drive up in your Honda and heroically get out. You drive up, you take a minute, you scratch something, you get out, you're careful because you got lower back problems now. Yeah. IBS poster child. That's what you are. Right. Well, I guess my question is, what with this current bout what are you trying to tell me is happening? What's the message that you're trying to send to me? Your parents are getting older. And that guilt you're feeling about not seeing them enough, you should continue to feel that. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you for nailing that down. I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, my intestines. We actually do have an audience member today. An audience member of one. Which is odd because this show isn't done in front of an audience. It's really kind of creepy, actually. He's just kind of leering at me, and he's wearing a suit. That's creepy. Something about a guy leering at me wearing a suit. It's very The Shining. Very The Shining. So this is the hotel where it happened. This is the hotel where the guy went crazy and tried to murder his family. That's right. I see. And that's the picture. And he's in the picture now. Yep, there he is. So does that mean that is that actually him in the picture? Yes. That is. I don't understand what you're trying to ask. I mean, is his spirit in the picture? Presumably, yes. I see. And we're just gonna leave the picture where it is. Well, do you want to touch a haunted picture? I certainly don't. Well, other than that, how's the hotel running? Oh, it's nice. We just had we had some divorce lawyers here. They had a convention, and it was interesting when they were here. They reported seeing some of the same things that the family of the crazy man reported. A couple of twins running around the hallway and blood coming out of the elevators. But for the divorce lawyers, the opposite happened. The creatures were afraid of the divorce lawyers, and actually turned and ran in the opposite direction. In fact, I think that one of the divorce lawyers went into his room, and there was this naked lady in the tub, and the naked lady got out of the tub, and suddenly, her skin was falling off. And the attorney kind of gave one look at her and said, "Yeah, this is nothing. Still a vacation, lady. Compared to Judge Anderson in the 9th District, you're easy. This is cake. This is the best you can do." And then she kind of slinked away. So that was a nice happening. So that happened. A lot of fitness people big into fitness, drinking those protein shakes. I had a roommate who he was big on that for a while, drinking the creatine protein shakes and working out, getting bigger. Which was ironic because before he started doing that, he was getting, women were all over him. But I think he was trying to do that too, just because he wanted to. He was trying to get auditions and stuff, and I think he was hoping that if he bulked up even more, that would open more doors, I suppose. And a lot of I see a lot of actors having to do that. Fortunately, I'm what's called a character actor, which means the worse I look, the better. So I can degenerate with bliss, because I'm the kind of guy, I'm not going to play the love interest. I'm going to play the love interest's house elf, and I'll be coming in going, "Oh, she was nice, sir. She was a delight. You ought to marry that girl. Isn't she a nice little puppet?" That's the kind of character I'll be playing. "I'm just an elf. I don't have magical powers or nothing. I'm just short. And I provide plot explication at times. And I might be British, I might be Southern. My mother was Cockney, and my father was Tennessee Williams. So my accent vacillates betwixt the two. And I had one grandmother who was French." And thus ends my long parade of bad accents. This is what I love. This guy is putting on his left turn signal, but he's not going into the left turn lane. There's a turn lane that's right there. And he's leisurely taking his time. Which I suppose it's okay. It's, 9:22 on a Sunday. Which, by the way, how am I up right now? I no longer sleep in. This is the weirdest thing has happened to me, where I don't sleep in anymore. Like today, sleeping in for me was, I think, 8. Used to be I could sleep in until 11, noon, sometimes even 1. Well, the older you get, the less you sleep. That's what my mother would say. I don't know that I necessarily have more energy, though. I'm up, and I'm not tired, but I'm also not energized. I'm just kind of not dead. That's where I'm at this point. You awake? I'm not dead. All right. Well, that's something. And actually, since I quit eating a lot of sugar, I've noticed I've been getting up earlier. What's that about? What is that about? What is the deal with that, I ask you? I would not want to drive a sports car. I would not want to own a sports car. I mean, I guess I could try driving one. But I wouldn't want to own one because they're expensive. I wouldn't feel safe in one. You could really feel the road. Yeah, that's because you're on the road. You are an inch away from the road. Being in one of those sports cars, it feels like you're not too much far off. You're not that far off from in The Dark Knight, where Batman's driving that bat cycle thing. It's called the Bat Pod. He's actually lying down on it. He's lying down on a motorcycle, which looks not particularly safe. I like the Batmobile that he had, the big tank. I enjoy that. I feel okay in that. But yeah, I wouldn't want to drive it. I wouldn't want the attention, people looking at me. Because whenever I see a sports car, I immediately think, oh, is it a famous person? And I look to try to see if it's a famous person. And then I don't recognize them, and I think, producer. And I wouldn't want people... I wouldn't want to attract attention. Which is ironic, considering I'm trying to be a comedian. I keep saying I'm trying to be a comedian. But when am I a comedian? I guess in my mind it's when I'm making money doing stand-up. And I know that people would tell me, well, no. You're a comedian when you say you're a comedian. Oh, I think I'm a comedian when NBC says maybe there's a show around this guy. Yeah, I think I'm a comedian when the audience says I'm a comedian. Because anyone can say, yeah, I'm a comedian. Now, you gotta have enough people saying you're a comedian for it to be a comedian. And maybe that's the ultimate reason why I'm doing it. It's that I want validation so much. Of all the performing arts, I pick the one where there can be no question. I'm in a dramatic play. You know, some people cry, some people don't. Isn't that interesting, by the way? That a comedian, you got to make the whole audience laugh, or at least enough of the audience. Here or there's going to be one or two people who are not laughing, who are, just don't want to be there, which is why, and I become obsessed over them. But in a drama can still be a good drama if not everybody is crying. Then not everyone is crying in unison. Only one person in the audience can cry. Everyone else could just kind of stare at it, and it still might win the Oscar. And there's interpretation. I liked it. I didn't like it. With comedy, there's no room. It's funny or it's not funny. Isn't that fascinating? I would say it's beyond fascinating. It is truly fascinating that that's how that works. My voice is kind of craggly. I should take advantage of having a kind of a craggly morning voice. I like that craggly morning voice. Ah, yes. I remember the days. That's the kind of voice I feel like I have right now. I remember the days when I used to sleep in until 1 in the morning. Ah, those were the days. But now, as a vampire real estate agent, I am awake 24/7. And it is quite distressing. The Adventures of the Vampire Real Estate Agent. Dun-dun-dun-dun. What do you think of this property? It's scary. That's the point. That is the point of this property, to scare. 15 people were murdered in this very house. By me. I drank their blood and ate their flesh. And still, it's this expensive. It's a seller's market. You should have been here in 2008. At that point, there had only been 10 murders in this house. It would have been a steal for it. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm just really not so sure. Did you hear that? Hear what? Exactly. There aren't any freeways nearby. But there's an outdoor mall that's within walking distance. Really? Indeed, they have an AMC theater. Ah, God, that's convenient. It is haunted, though, by the spirit of the damned. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know. I'm having second thoughts. I don't know. The beach is only 15 minutes away. Really? Really? 15 minutes away? Yes, you can take city streets to get there. Ah. Damn these Culver City castles. They're so tempting, but at the same time, just the evilness. It has a living soul, this house. A beating heart. A heart beats underneath the floorboards. Surely you've read that short story, The Telltale Heart, by Edgar Allan Poe. It took me a second to remember his name, but then it came to me. Edgar Allan Poe. You remember that? This is that house, but in Culver City. Very close to Westward. You mean Westwood? Yes. What did I say? You said Westward. Ah. Well, I was thinking of the musical Paint Your Wagon at the moment. Westward ho and on our way. The point is, if you enter this house, you may not leave alive. But if you do leave alive, Venice Beach and Santa Monica are a hop, skip, and a jump away. I gotta risk it. I gotta take it now. I gotta do it. I just gotta do it. Excellent. So what is your line of work? Oh, I'm a dramatic actor. Ah! Yes. Not nearly as difficult as being a comedian, is it? Oh, no, it's much easier. Yes. You must live the life. You go up on stage, you say something profound, perhaps one or two people cry, you get an Oscar. You sicken me, sir. Why, are you a comedian? I'm trying to be a comedian. I must make a living as a real estate agent and as a vampire. But at night, I am getting up once or twice a night, always trying to write new material. Difficult because right now I feel like I'm channeling Seinfeld too much, and I want to come up with my own voice. But I don't know what to talk about. You should talk about being a vampire. I should, but it feels like the obvious thing for me to talk about as a vampire. Do you know what I mean?